Hey guys, Ryan here, and this is a special edition of the Battle Blog. I'm not shooting in my normal spot because there's no light there. It's really late at night and my roommates are asleep, so this is kind of the best spot I could shoot at, and I had to be a bit more quiet, but okay. So, I just got back from seeing the Warcraft movie. So if you watch my awesome video game memories of the first Warcraft, and I have the second one coming pretty soon, I am a very big fan of the Warcraft games. I mean, I am a huge fan of the first three Warcraft games. I've never played World of Warcraft because I'm not that interested in MMORPGs. So I've been pretty excited for this movie for a very long time, and I know the critics have been ragging on it, so I tried to ignore most of the reviews, so I went into it with a fresh mind, and when I came out, I enjoyed the movie. I actually did. I really enjoyed the movie, but it's very flawed though, and I will get to my reasoning for that in a bit. So the Warcraft movie is actually made more for fans of the first two games. Actually not much of the third game, and I don't really play World of Warcraft, so I don't know if the movie had references to any of the World of Warcraft stuff. So this is definitely based off the first two games. It adapts some stories and parts from the first two games. So you have your favorite characters. You have Lothar, you have King Lane, you have Garona, you got Gul'dan, you got Blackhand. I can go on, but all the familiar characters from the first two games are in this movie. Now first, let's begin with what I liked about the movie. So the movie looks great. I mean, it's obviously in CG. The majority of it is in CG, and obviously since Warcraft is a computer game, so the CG definitely fits. Also the backgrounds, the colors, the lighting, it looks exactly like the game. It's like I'm watching a movie version of the game, and actually done pretty well. Like a 2-hour-long cutscene from Warcraft 3. Now, me being a big Orc fan, I thought the Orcs looked great in this movie. I mean, they had a lot of great different designs for each of the Orcs. I mean, and the Orcs sounded like they did in the game, although they didn't really make a lot of the sounds they made in the game, like Guitar, Glownook. But the Orcs definitely sounded like they were a part of the game. Yeah, and my favorite character in this movie was Gul'dan. I mean, Gul'dan was a central character in the second and third games, but every time Gul'dan came on screen, he literally ate up the screen every time. I mean, he sounded badass, he looked badass, and I absolutely love the part where he's fighting with Durotan. He throws off his cloak and he's ready to throw down. I mean, Gul'dan, this old Orc wizard, just throws it down with, the Orc chieftain. Yeah, so the human characters, they are definitely portrayed a lot younger than they were in the games. I mean, King Lane is younger, Medivh is younger, Lothar is younger, Khadgar is younger. Yeah, so overall, both the Orcs and humans were portrayed well, but definitely a lot more care went into the Orcs. So now let's go into what I kind of didn't like about the movie. So they tried to adapt some of the major parts of the first two games, like Medivh getting corrupted and opening the portal. The part where Lothar in the second game tries to make peace with the Orcs but gets ambushed, but instead actually his son is killed, and I kind of thought that scene wasn't really done that well. Like the effects, the lightning effects looked kind of bad. Lothar didn't show that much emotion when his son was getting killed by the Orcs. So I can tell they tried to adapt these major parts from the first two games for fans of those two games, but I think people who haven't played the first two games are just more familiar with World of Warcraft might be a bit lost. And also I think what really hurts the movie is the PG-13 rating. Watching a lot of the battle scenes, you can tell it's so toned down. I mean, in the games, the battles are very bloody with, blood and guts going everywhere, the corpses rotting into skeletons. They really, toned it down so much. I mean, the action's a bit slow-paced in my opinion, except for the last battle. I mean, the last battle was done pretty well, but so much of the action scenes could have been done a lot better without the PG-13 rating. So overall, I would give Warcraft a C+. I mean, I enjoyed the movie a lot, but there's a lot of things that prevent it from being a great movie. Mostly the PG-13 rating that bogs down the action scenes, and the fact that it doesn't know whether to appeal to the old school fans like myself or the new school fans that play World of Warcraft but are trying to introduce them more to the old stories. where I thought it would benefit off its own original story that way. I do definitely want them to make a sequel, and they can adapt stuff from the Dark Portal, they can adapt stuff from Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne. I mean, I really hope this series does continue. Yeah, but I do recommend, Warcraft fans do see the movie and make a fair judgment for yourself. So take care.